Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video I'm excited to do, I'm going to be ranking all of the makeup that I tried in the month of September. So this is my makeup monthly that I do every month. I'll link my playlist down below where I'm ranking all the products I tried from my least favorite to my top favorite. I also do a creator shout out in here, and let's go ahead and get started. All right, welcome to October. I'm not exactly sure the date this is going up. I'm looking at my calendar like, I don't know what's going on these days, but I know it's probably coming a little bit later than I normally do, but we are here. We're doing the makeup monthly. We're doing the ranking. Let me jump into my OOTD. So today I just have on this dress right here. I got it from a clothing store called Papaya, which I've never been to. I went to the Galleria Mall at Sunset or something like that. Something along those lines. I think it was in Henderson. And one of my friends recommended it, and yeah, it was a really nice mall, and I got quite a few things. I'm thinking about doing a fall like fashion haul because I got a lot of brown, a lot of plaid. I got a lot of fall inspired outfits, a lot of skirts because, you know, my fall in Vegas is definitely gonna look different than my fall in Iowa. So got a lot of skirts that scream fall to me. So yeah, if you'd like to see a fall fashion haul, definitely let me know because I am putting that on my calendar to get filmed. But I really like this dress. I thought it was super cute. So let's just jump into it, shall we? I'm like looking at my list like, hold please. All right, so I have 11 items to get through today. 11, here we go. So starting off at the bottom, I was super bummed about this. This just did not work out well for me. This is from Lawless Beauty, and this is the Conceal the Deal Long Wear a Full Coverage Foundation. So I do have a video that I can put up in the cards where I did try this out for the first time. I have the shade Fawn, and I was really excited to try it because I like Lawless Beauty as a brand. So it kind of comes in the squeeze tube here. I really like Lawless Beauty as a brand. I did receive these items in PR, but I've bought a lot from Lawless Beauty for myself, and like I said, I like a lot of their products. Their last foundation that they released, I really did not like, but I was curious to try this one, even though it said it was a more full coverage foundation. I'm more into like skin tints and lighter coverage right now. Like today, I just have on the Tinted SPF from Cosmetics. I always link all of my makeup down below if you're curious, but I just have a tinted SPF technically on my skin today. But I wanted to give it a try, and you could tell from that video, I was reading the comments and so many people were like, just take the foundation off. And I was like, this is the downfall of being a beauty influencer. We have to try the bad makeup so we can tell you if it's good or if it's bad. Like, that's what we have to do. So I just had to keep powering through. It's a very liquidy foundation. Like when you shake it, you can tell it's very liquidy. It comes out very serum-like, but it dries so quickly on the skin. If you do try this one, I would recommend like blending out one cheek first and then adding more to the next cheek, because I usually just swipe my foundation on and then blend it all in. By the time I was getting to my forehead, like I could not blend it. It was so hard. So it's just very quick drying, which makes it harder to blend. I will say the shade Fawn I think is a couple shades too light for me, and sometimes when a foundation is too light, you can really notice anything that you don't really love about the foundation. So I did want to point that out. I would have loved to try like a closer shade to my complexion, but I still was able to get the vibe that this probably wasn't going to be the one for me. When it did dry down, it is very full coverage. Once again, you could see in that video, it really covered a lot. I have hormonal acne, I have a lot of redness. It really covered a lot on my skin. So that to me was impressive. And it did last a good amount of time, but it was one of those foundations that kind of settled into my lines, just kind of made me look more mature, I will say. So I didn't notice anything that I particularly loved. If you like something that's a little bit more on the matte side, you might enjoy this foundation. I usually like something that has a little bit more glow to it, radiance, luminosity, anything like that. If anything is too matte on my skin, once again, that's when I feel like I just kind of look a little bit older. My skin doesn't look as healthy. And that was what I was thinking about this foundation. But I tried it a few more times after that first impression, and I could not find a way to make it work. I tried brushes, I tried sponges, I tried different primers with it, different powders on top. I just could not find a way to make this foundation work, and it just, yeah. I was really bummed about this one. Coming in at number 10, I have a brow product from Colourpop, and this is their Feather Effect Brow Pen. Now, disclaimer, I don't really mess around much with brows. I typically just use a regular brow pencil. That's just me. That's just what I normally do. But when I got this from Colourpop, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and try it out. It's kind of like your marker. I don't even know if you can see that. You probably can't. This is, I don't know, do they have different shades? This is light brown. This, I mean, like I said, like you can't even see that on my hand. This really did nothing. I'm not sure how else to explain it, but like it did nothing. I mean, it has such a tiny, tiny little tip on it. And I get that it's, you know, you can use it for those feather-like strokes. But even when I was doing that, like I even did the thing with like the wax. I have like the Colourpop wax, and I like pushed all my brows up and everything. And then I went in and I was just trying to like lightly fill in and flick up with this. And it was like, nothing's happening. Like I was shaking this, like I was putting the cap on and shaking it. I was like, what's going on? Even when I swatch it, it's just like, I don't know if I got a bad product. I'm really not sure. Once again, I did get this in PR from Colourpop, but this did nothing. Like I won't be using that again. That's it. That's all I can say about that one. At number 9, this is another product from Lawless Beauty. And I'm bummed because initially I did like this, but then we had some issues. So this is their new Glam Guard Long Wear Setting Spray. So I think that this was a nice spray. One second, let me do this first. Let me talk first. I thought it was a nice spray at first. It was a very fine mist. I felt like it was helping, you know, the longevity of my makeup. I typically always use a setting spray, especially because I live in the desert. It's very hot. Don't want my makeup to melt off. And I felt like I was noticing good things. I would use this really consistently for about 2 weeks or so, I want to say. Like I was using this one every single time I was doing my makeup. And I do my makeup most days now. But after about that 2 weeks, like, oh, okay. After about 2 weeks, the spray on this, as I try to spray it, it's like it's been jammed, and then I just get spray all over my hands. And there's spray all over the bottle, and there's spray all over my hands. And I tried, like I was like messing with the nozzle, and I was trying to figure out what to do, because like I said, I did like it. Once again, I could just have received a faulty product, I don't know, but it's almost impossible for me to use this now because I barely get any spray on my face. I mostly just get it down my hand. So once again, it's like I just can't really use it. So for me personally, it's hard for me to recommend. Again, I could have gotten a bad one, but on my experience, I probably wouldn't recommend that one. All right, at number 8, I have another brow product. Once again, I don't really go outside the box much with brow products, so take it as you will. But this is from Persona Cosmetics, and this is their Swipe Up, and this is in the shade Brown. So this one here is, what do I even call this? A brow gel, like a tinted brow gel? Yeah, Samantha, those are the correct terms. Beauty influencer of the year. So this is a brow gel, and you know, swipe up, swipe through the brows. So the shade Brown is actually a little bit dark on me. When I use it, it really kind of gives me bolder brows. I don't mind this product though. We're kind of getting into the fine category. When I used to do these videos in the fails, fines, and then faves, these would be the fine category. I kind of like that look. It's not the easiest for me to use, but I really do try to get that like fluffy effect. Sometimes I have to come in with another pencil to make sure everything looks fine or kind of spoolie things out a little bit. But it's not, to me, it's not a bad product. I think it does what it says it's going to do. It's just not a personal favorite of mine because sometimes I don't feel like I quite have a handle on it, and I feel like I have a harder time matching my brows because my right brow is pretty full and my left brow is a little bit more sparse. So sometimes with a product like this, I have trouble, you know, a lot of times we're not matching our brows. They're not twins, they're not sisters. Sometimes they're just like distant third, fourth cousins, okay? But I feel like I can have a little bit more of a difficult time with a product like this. But again, that's just a me thing. I know a lot of people do like brow gels, but again, I don't mind this product. I don't mind it. I'll continue to keep using it. And then coming in at number 7, yes, at number 7, from Covergirl, this is their new Lash Blast Clean Mascara. Honestly, I don't know how new this is. It's new to me. It might not really be all that new to the market, but it is the mascara that I have on my lashes today. This is another one that I'm like, okay, I don't mind it. I actually didn't love their Lash Blast, the one in the orange. I felt like that did nothing for the lashes. This I feel like makes the lashes a little bit longer. It does make them pretty dark. I don't get a ton of transfer with this, but it's not completely transfer proof. Like I will start to get, you know, a little bit of smudging or some flakes on my face here when I wear this one. So if I know that I'm going to be out all day and I really need my makeup to be lasting, this is not one that I'm going to reach for. But if I just need my makeup for a couple hours, I'm just going to lunch or dinner or something like that, I can throw this on, and it just kind of gives you more of that natural lash look, if you will. So again, not a favorite, not a fail. It was all right. Coming in at number 6, I have the concealer that I'm wearing today. This is from Lancome. This is the Teint Idole Ultra Wear Concealer. I have the shade Buff, so this one was also sent to me. I don't mind this concealer. I will say I find it to be just a little bit on the drying side. It is pretty full coverage though. It can, you know, really help conceal for the under eyes. It can also help spot conceal. I feel like the shade Buff is a good one for me to spot conceal. So I have been using this one quite a bit. And I will say with the Hydro Grip Primer, I feel like it's a really good match with something that's maybe a little bit more full coverage or a little bit more drying, because it just kind of hydrates the under eyes a little bit. It makes everything go on a little bit smoother. So a lot of times when I'm using the Lancome, I do like to use it with that Hydro Grip under eye primer. So those two I think are a good match together. This one just on its own, I don't mind it to use it to spot conceal, but I get a little bit leery. Again, if I'm having a full day of wearing makeup and I really want my makeup to last, you know, I'm 34, I do have a lot of under eye wrinkles and fine lines and all of the things. And this is one that if I'm wearing it on its own, I start to notice, you know, kind of settling into those lines a little bit more, or they look a little bit more pronounced. Again, that milk is gonna help smooth things over nicely. So yeah, this one, once again, it's okay. It's okay. I'm looking for a new concealer though. Like I realized the other day, I don't feel like I have like a go-to concealer right now. Do you have a favorite one? Let me know. All right, coming in at number 5, I have an eyeshadow palette. This is from Juvia's Place, and this is the Rebel Army palette. So I have done a look on my channel, the Reverse Cat Eye, I believe. Did I use this one? Yeah, I think I used this one and a Colourpop one in that video. So Juvia's Place came out these little quads. I immediately gravitated towards this green one. I really do like wearing green shadows, and it's pretty. It's not one that I'm gonna reach for all of the time, especially by itself. You know, I wore this the other day, and I just grabbed, I think it was just this green shade. And I used it with another palette, but I just wanted like a pop of green on my lids, so I went with this one. But with it being a quad and with it being so dark, it's hard for me personally to put together like full looks with something like this. But the Juvia's Place eyeshadow quality I think is really good. The mattes are easy to blend. The shimmers are super, super easy to use, especially in this little quad, so I like it. All right, now we are entering into my favorites, and get ready for my girlfriend section. A lot of you are gonna think that my favorites are either sponsored by all my girlfriends, which shout out to Natasha Denona. If you didn't see, I did get to do a sponsorship with her on Instagram, which was mind-blowing. I've never have I had so many enthusiastic comments about a sponsorship. Like, people were so excited. I had so much fun reading the comments of like, girls night is paying off, wine night's paying off. Like, it was so fun to post that video. I was so excited for that sponsorship and to post that video, because I couldn't wait to share it with all of you, because I've had this running joke for a year now, probably, if not more, that I'm friends with Pat McGrath and Charlotte Tilbury and Natasha Denona, and I always joke about our girls nights. I even have a shirt that says our names on it. Girls night. And so to have that happen, it was such a fun moment. It was so cool. Natasha still doesn't actually know who I am, so it's fine. But yeah, this is the section that we're entering, because at number 4 I have from Charlotte Tilbury. This is her new face palette, the Nudegasm face palette. So inside you have a highlighter, a blush, bronzer, and then also contour. So I did a video where I try out some of these products, so again I can link it in the cards. This is a really nice face palette. Biggest downfall of this one, I will say, is that when this was released, this was the only face palette that was released, and even some of the shades are a little bit light for me. Like this contour shade, I like it, but I do have to take my time to build it up. The blush shade, even kind of too light for me. The blush is actually my least favorite out of here. A lot of times I just mix the contour and the bronzer together, and then the highlight is a nice gold. But there needs to be a better shade range with Charlotte Tilbury. Like I mean, it just needs to start happening. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why there's no excuses for it. Like that needs to be happening. So I would love to see her come out with a launch where she has 3 or 4 different face palettes for people to choose from, because these are really, really nice products. I rave about Charlotte Tilbury lip products, but also Charlotte Tilbury cheek products, her contour wands, even her cheek to cheek blushes. They are really, really nice products. They're really easy to work with. They're very natural and just kind of give you a you, but like with a little bit of a step up. And I want more people to be able to experience that and not just such a small select amount of people. But again, I feel like a lot of these powders are very easy to use. I find myself reaching into this face palette quite a bit. I think that it's a really nice one. And then coming in at number 3, followed along with that, like I said, I really do love the Charlotte lip products. And she just came out with a new line of lipsticks, and these were the Super Nude lipsticks that these were called. Once again, really, really like these. I have a lip swatch video on my Instagram. I can leave that linked down below. I did that lip swatching video with no lip liner on, just the lipsticks all individually. And I will say that they are pretty light. Like the first nude that I used is pretty light on me. I pretty much always wear a lip liner. Like every single time I do my lips, I'm always coming in with a lip liner first. And I do like to do a bit of a darker nude, like Iconic Nude from Charlotte Tilbury, or Whirl from MAC. Those are probably 2 of my most used lip liners. And when I use lip liners with these, you know, you can kind of make the lip look a little bit darker, because one of my favorites is that lightest shade, which is in Cover Star. And this is one that I wear all of the time. Just a beautiful nude. Again, with Iconic Nude lip liner, it's beautiful. With the Pillow Talk lip liner, it gives it a little pink. With the MAC Whirl, kind of that more like dustier nude, I think that it's beautiful. And then the other one that I really enjoy is what I have on today, which is Runway Royalty. And like, I love that pinky nude. Also, I have on the Milani natural lip liner is what I have on today. So these are my 2 favorite colors of the 4, and I think that these are the 2 lightest colors. But again, I typically manipulate with lip liners, but there are 2 other darker shades that she released with these. But I love the Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. The mattes are my favorite. The Matte Revolution line is my favorite, and 3 out of the 4 lipsticks were under the Matte Revolution, and then there was 1 kissing formula. I think they're beautiful. They're so long wearing, so easy to use. They're just some of my favorites. All right, coming in at number 2, and speaking of my sponsorship with Natasha Denona, I have the Retro palette. This is what is on my eyes today. I just did a really simple look today. I used some of Nude Mauve, which I pretty much use every single time I go into this palette. Put that into the crease. Andy, which I use so much also. These are totally my tones. Put that a little bit on the outside. And then I actually used Vivian. I really had wanted to use that shade all over the lid, so that is what I used to just give it a little bit of pop. This palette is beautiful. So this is the midi palette. It's $65. This obviously was sent to me. I was doing a sponsorship with Natasha, but if that sponsorship had not have happened, I was going to buy this anyways, because I love the Natasha palettes. I really do love the midi palettes. I love when she started coming out with them. It's so funny because I've had multiple females now in the complex ask me about Natasha Denona palettes and ask me what I think of them. Do I like them? Are they worth the price? And I'm like, let me tell you, let me just tell you what I think about these palettes, because they truly are just some of my favorites. But this color scheme speaks to me. I love mauves. Hi, Mom. All right, had a phone call, and I'm trying to think of where I left off with the Retro palette, but basically probably just me raving about another Natasha palette. I love the color scheme. I've done so many different looks with this palette. I love them all. You can either do something really simple and easy like this one. The shimmers, glitz, and psychedelic are so beautiful. Even Jude, beautiful. Some of these darker tones, they're so easy to work with. I don't know, Natasha did it again. I love it. All right, and then coming in at number 1 is from one of my newer girlfriends, but I'm really happy to welcome her to the squad. That is Selena Gomez of Rare Beauty. The Rare Beauty mascara has blown my mind. Let me tell you, this has blown my mind. I did also receive this in PR. I think maybe most things were in PR this month, but this is such a bomb mascara. I have a little demo on my Instagram. Once again, I can link that. I do a lot of short demos and tutorials on my Instagram, so if you're not following me there, March Beauty Word. I post in my stories all day long. If you ever want to see a behind the scenes of my life, you definitely can there. I'm quite funny, usually. Today I've cried a little bit, and I've shared about that because I believe in not only showing the highlights, but usually I'm funny. But this mascara, so legit. I need to make another Sephora order soon for a few things, and this definitely, I'm picking up a backup, and I will just keep rebuying this mascara. This makes my lashes so long. It makes them darker, it makes them fuller, but it just something about this mascara just makes my lashes stand out. When I did that lip swatch video with the Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks, I had no eye makeup on, just this mascara. No eyeshadows, no nothing. I had so many people ask, what is on my eyes? And I was like, the Rare Beauty mascara. Like, that is it. But this mascara does not move. It does not move. I think did I just review this, or I feel like I put this in one of my videos, but I said that it's like everything proof. It is everything proof. It is waterproof. It is sweat proof. It is everything proof. This is not going to move on your lashes. I mean, I'm just so highly impressed with this mascara. If I can recommend any mascara to you right now, it is going to be this one from Rare Beauty. I am absolutely obsessed with it. It is my favorite. I wear it so often. This is the one that I'm going to recommend to you. I can't believe how much I love that mascara, quite honestly. So that is my number one, and I realized I forgot to do my creator shout out, which normally I do in between number one. So I will jump into that next. I also typically do a book review if I had a 5-star book that I read throughout the month, but I did not have one for September. I have been in kind of like a book slump recently. Like the last couple of weeks, I've had a hard time getting through my books. I'm also a book blogger. My blog is chicletplus.com, so I always do my reviews over there, and I've just, you know, I get books in exchange for a review, just like I do makeup products. I've just been having a hard time with them, but the last couple of books I've read have been pretty good. So hopefully next month I will have some book recommendations to share with you. But I wanted to do something a little bit different for my creator shout out. I mean, I'm sure everyone has heard the news by now about the passing of Mel Thompson. And Mel was someone I've considered a friend. I've talked about this in several of my videos. In my last Will I Buy It, I did share about the GoFundMe that was started by Kelsey Brianna J to help Mel's family. But I just wanted to take another moment to be able to remember Mel and celebrate Mel and everything that she did and all of the people that she touched, both in her real life and also, you know, us as a beauty community. I mean, everyone was so shocked and just reeling from the news and just devastated to hear that we no longer have Mel with us. And I've seen so many beautiful tribute videos. As the day that I'm filming, Wayne Goss put one up. Wayne Goss moved his launch, his latest launch, after he, you know, found out about Mel. And I hope that Mel is watching and seeing how many people she truly impacted and how many people, you know, are so sad that we don't get to hear her say, "Hey beauties," at the start of her videos. And so I just wanted to take another minute. I was really hoping, since we'd had a little bit more time, I was hoping I could get through this one a little bit more eloquently, because I feel like in my last few videos I haven't been doing the best when I try to talk about it, but it's still just, you know, such a blow, I made an Instagram post about it. And I said that one thing I really loved about Mel is how she really did embody community over competition. And that's a motto I've tried to live by for several years with being in social media. And there were so many times on Instagram that she would post other people and other videos and photos and always shouting other people out and really wanting to see other people succeed and lifting other people up. And I loved that about her so much, and I said that the beauty community needs more people like that. So to know that we no longer have her, it just feels so unfair. So I just wanted to take a quick minute as part of my creator shout out and just mention Mel once again. I'm gonna have her GoFundMe linked in my description box. And this has been a really hard time for the beauty community. A lot of us are really struggling, especially behind the scenes. But it's also been helping people come together and helping people, you know, help each other get through this time too, which is a beautiful thing. I have Aries here because she's upset that I'm crying. But I just wanted to touch on that, and again, mention the GoFundMe, which will be linked in my description box, and just once again say rest in peace to Mel Thompson. All right, after that is going to wrap it up for ranking all of the makeup that I tried in September. For my makeup monthly for this month, I will have all of the products linked down below if there's anything that you're interested in picking up. I'd love to know what you thought about my reviews though, and as always, if you enjoyed this one, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. I hope you also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll see you in my next video.